Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Always ready to dive in.
Today we're talking about something I think a lot of you are going to find pretty interesting.
Yeah, should be useful for folks out there.
We're diving into making your home assistant voice control experience, well, awesome.
Exactly. Who doesn't want to talk to their house, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But seriously, if you're already using Home Assistant and you're like, okay, how do I get the most out of these new voice control features? This is the deep dive for you.
We're going to unpack it all. The good, the bad, and the how to make it even better.
So we're going to be talking about why offloading speech processing, really, truly makes a huge difference.
Especially if you're not rocking some super-powered server to run your smart home.
Yeah, exactly. Most people aren't. They're using a Raspberry Pi. And those are great, don't get me wrong.
Oh, for sure. Workhorses.
But sometimes they need a little help, especially with all the demands of, processing speech.
It's a lot to ask of a little device.
It is. And we'll also talk about, this is where it's even cooler, using AI for conversations with Home Assistant.
That's right. Take it to the next level.
And importantly, how to keep that AI local.
Privacy matters.
Privacy matters a lot. We'll talk about that for sure. All right, let's get into it. So, Home Assistant voice, we all love it in theory.
It's a great feature.
Great feature, right? But those of us running it on a Raspberry Pi are standard setups.
You might notice a little,
A little lag.
lag, yeah, or just, things aren't quite as snappy as you'd hope.
Yeah, it can be a bit resource intensive.
Like trying to stuff an elephant into a Mini Cooper? Not really designed for that.
Perfect analogy. So that's where this idea of offloading comes in. It's basically like, hey, let's not make our Pi work so hard.
Right. Delegate. Give it some breathing room.
Exactly. We offload the speech processing to another device that's specifically designed for it.
A purpose-built machine for voices. Makes sense.
Right. And it's not just about making things faster, although that's a big part of it.
Oh, speed is great. No one wants to wait 5 seconds for the lights to turn off.
Exactly. But it also frees up your Pi, your main device, to focus on actually running all your automations and all the other stuff.
Keeps everything humming along smoothly in the background. You don't want a traffic jam in your smart home.
Exactly. Less lag, things run more smoothly, everyone's happy.
Happy smart home, happy homeowner. It's a win-win.
Okay, so we've offloaded the speech processing. Things are faster, smoother. But what if we could make Home Assistant even smarter?
Now you're talking.
And this is where AI comes in. Specifically, we're talking about using a technology called Ollama. Have you heard of this?
Oh, Llama. Oh, yeah. I've been keeping an eye on that one. It's pretty impressive.
It is, right. And the really cool thing about Ollama is you can run it locally.
That's a big deal for privacy.
Huge.
Yeah.
So all the processing happens on your hardware, not in some, mega corporation's data center.
No sending your voice data off to who knows where. It stays in your house under your control.
Exactly. So it's not just about speed and performance anymore. It's about having smarter conversations with your Home Assistant.
It can understand more complex requests, anticipate your needs. It's like having a real assistant, but, digital and always available.
Right. Like imagine saying, hey, it's a movie night. Dim the lights, start the popcorn machine, and put on something good on Netflix.
And boom, just like that, you're in movie mode. No more fumbling with remotes and switches.
Right. But with Ollama, it can actually understand those kind of multi-step requests. Pretty cool, right?
It's like magic, but it's just clever engineering.
It is pretty magical.
Okay.
Okay, so we've talked about offloading to local hardware. That's obviously awesome for performance and privacy. But I know some people might be listening and think, okay, that's a lot of setup. I'm not really into all that.
I get it. Not everyone's a tinkerer, right? Some people just want things to work.
Right. And the good news is there's an option for them too. It's called Home Assistant Cloud.
The cloud to the rescue.
Exactly. So with Home Assistant Cloud, you can basically offload all that processing to remote servers.
So you still get the benefits of offloading, the speed, the smoother experience, but without having to manage any extra hardware.
Exactly. Home Assistant takes care of it all for you.
It's like the easy button for smart home voice control.
It really is. And the cool thing is you can actually switch between local and cloud offloading depending on your needs. So, maybe you're comfortable setting up local hardware, but you're going on vacation and you don't want to leave your whole system running.
You can just flip it over to the cloud, no problem. Keep things running smoothly, even when you're away.
Exactly. So there really is a solution for everyone.
Choice is good.
Choice is good. Now, for those of you who are like, all right, I'm sold on this local offloading thing. How do I actually do it? We've got you covered. Network Chuck, over on YouTube, he put together an amazing video tutorial that walks you through, literally step by step, how to set everything up.
He's a great teacher, really breaks it down so anyone can follow along.
He really does. We'll put a link to that video in the show notes so you can check it out.
Definitely check it out.
And if you're looking for like a hardware solution that's specifically designed for Home Assistant voice control, you might want to check out the Home Assistant Voice Accelerator Bundle.
You got some cool stuff there.
They do. It comes in 2 flavors. There's the H4, and that focuses specifically on offloading the voice processing.
That's your workhorse for voice commands.
Exactly. And then there's the H4 Ultra, which is like the ultimate powerhouse.
Now we're talking.
It can handle voice processing, A&D. It can run those local AI models like a llama that we were talking about earlier.
So you get the best of both worlds, the speed and the smarts, all in one package.
Exactly. So as you can see, offloading is about way more than just making things faster. It's about like unlocking the real potential of Home Assistant voice control.
Giving you more options, more flexibility, more control over your smart home.
And it's not just about, today, it's about the future too. As voice control and local AI get even more advanced, imagine the possibilities.
It's going to be wild. We're just scratching the surface.
I know, right? It's exciting to think about. So, what do you think? What other crazy, amazing things will we be able to do with our smart homes in the future?
That's the big question, isn't it? What's next?
It is.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts. Hit us up on social media. We'd love to hear your predictions for the future of the smart home.
Until next time.
See you then.